Hi YouTube. Today I'm here to showcase the Folio Society edition of Stephen King's masterpiece, The Shining. I have not read The Shining before, but I've read several of Stephen King's books. I will say that I'm not the biggest Stephen King fan, but there are a few of his books that I really love. And unfortunately, I haven't read The Shining yet. So today, whenever I go through this edition and show you all the great features of this Folio Society edition, I hope that you will consider purchasing it. I think it's a great book, and if you're interested at all in a collectible edition of The Shining, this is, in my opinion, the one to get. So, as always, Folio Society includes slipcase. There is nothing special about this slipcase. It's just your standard black slipcase. So, but it does protect the book, and that's one of the things I like about Folio Society is they always make sure that their books are protected so that they can be preserved and handed down from generation to generation. I love that about them. One thing I will say about this edition is whenever I was looking at it online and thinking about purchasing it, I didn't realize just how good it would look once I got it in person. Once I got it in person, it really made sense. The book is about $90 US, and you know, that's a lot of money for a book, but when you see the book in person, you will understand why they put so much dedication into crafting such a beautiful edition. So the production details on this are, it's bound in block cloth, it's set in Miller with King Things typewriter display. There are 536 pages, black and white illustrated title page, spread, and 11 color illustrations. There are printed end papers, and of course this plain slipcase. So one thing that when I opened it that stuck out to me was the cloth. It is a metallic black cloth, and it's hard to pick up on camera even, but when you see it in person, it's just beautiful. And it has a shimmer to it, and you really can't, I don't know if you can tell, but it's just a really striking cover. It's got that silver B there, and then of course the side of it, there you go, you got Stephen King, the master storyteller, and The Shining, and that is in silver also. So it looks great on the shelf. It's a big, hefty, thick book, and it's just an amazing edition, and I really like that cloth. So this book is printed in Germany, and you know, it has really great end papers here, and you can see it right there. That was one of the things that when I first got it was like, wow, that is just amazing. And on your camera it's probably looking like it's just gray, but those are actually silver writing there on the end papers, and it says, "And the Red Death held sway over all," and it just keeps repeating that and keeps repeating that, and that's in the back of the book too. So I love this first illustration here, the black and white. Looks just fantastic. I mean, just think of the time that went into that. And then you can see Stephen King, The Shining, illustrated by Edward Kinsella. So I want to go through the illustrations with you. And there you can see that it was printed in Germany. And, you know, it was printed on Folio Society's famous Abbey Wolf paper, which is just such good quality. I really like how Folio Society puts the illustrations, it lists them on their own separate page. I've seen this in almost all of their books that I own, and I just like how they put that there, so you can kind of jump to those. And this has many illustrations. I will say that you may be spoiled a little bit by seeing some of the illustrations. I have not read the book, so I can't say for certain if that will be a spoiler to you or not. So if you're worried about that, you might want to turn this off. But anyway, I'll go ahead and jump to these post-it notes. That's where I marked the illustrations. And you can see they're just really edgy, really cool, really dark, just like the book. So I really like it. It's almost like a poppy, like pop abstract style in a way. So I'm gonna go ahead and go to the next one. It's just so cool. Go. Really fantastic illustrations. You can tell this illustrator did a great job and really spent a lot of time thinking about what kind of mood he wanted to set in the story. that one too. I like how, now I've not read the book, so some of this may be jumping out to readers. I like how there's these little spots of red in the illustrations, or at least in some of the illustrations, we see that red. Really fantastic. I'm sure Stephen King was happy when he saw how this looked. Of course, they have such high quality paper too. Like I said, this is an edition you can pass down for generation to generation. That one is so creepy. Just love that. I can't wait to read the book. Right now I'm into reading Starship Troopers by Folio Society, so I'll have to wait. It's so cool. Look at that, very sharp. You're getting many illustrations in this. I apologize for the post-it notes. But I know some of you are thinking about buying this and you're wondering, you know, is it worth $90? I think if you're a Stephen King fan, that's a no-brainer. There are people online that sell handcrafted editions for far more than that, and to me this is just the highest of quality. Now this is where we might be getting into some spoiler illustrations, this one and the next one, so I don't know if you want to see that or not, but and then we have the beautiful end papers in the back of the book, and I highly recommend this edition. It's just beautiful. So I hope I helped you. If you enjoyed this, I hope that you will give me a thumb up, and I hope you'll go make a purchase. I think it's definitely worth it. I'm not getting paid by Folio or anything like that, so I think that I would give you an honest opinion that I think it's worth purchasing. I think you'd be very happy with it, and hope you have a great day. If you have any questions, please leave those in the comments.